I was talking to Taylor Self. You probably don't know who that is. He's a new guy on the scene. He trains with Jason Hopper like once every other week. And where did he compete? Maybe he competed in the West Coast Classic. I don't know where he competed, but he didn't make it. He was in sixth place by 5 points. So Brian and I did a show on the Sevan podcast where we talked to him about the last chance qualifier.
Oh yeah, it's happening right now, right? Or is it this weekend?
Yeah, starts Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was him who said something, and I would love to get Matt's perspective on it if he ever comes back to the show. I think he was saying that he wouldn't be able to handle if his coach had another athlete. And I don't think I would be able to. And if it wasn't Taylor, I'm sorry. Maybe it was someone else who told us that. But I don't think I'd be able to handle that either. And you think of and I bet you Matt would say he couldn't handle that either. Did Shane coach any other men?
The last couple of years, I don't think so. I think it was just him and Tia for those couple of years. I don't know this for a fact. Like I wasn't there. But
when I think of you, I can't even think who your coach was. Did you even have a coach?
I had a kind of for a little bit.
I remember early in your career you did, but I can't remember.
No. More recently, after 14, I had never had a coach. After 14, it was just me. I got some programming from a couple of people. I got programming from Henshaw for some running and swimming and stuff. I had a legit swimming coach. Actually, my body worker Heidi, she was a collegiate swimmer, and so she helped me with some swimming stuff. And then I got some Oli programming from some people, and then.
But I mean, someone who's sitting in the gym with you. Like when I was looking at.
No, never. I never. After 14, I didn't have any sort of coach where it was like someone sitting and like watching my form while I was coaching, or telling me where I needed to push. I just never felt like I really needed that, to be honest. Work, like. Did
you ever want it?
Not really.
Did you get lonely? No. Did you feel left out?
No. I had workout. I had training partners, right? And I had. Buddies that we would bounce ideas off of for workouts, right? Like, I believe in the ideology behind CrossFit. I think CrossFit is a phenomenal sport, and I love it, but I love the ideology behind CrossFit. Constantly varied functional movements done at different time domains, right? I love that ideology, and I believe in it wholeheartedly, and I think it will be really tough to find a different workout regimen that will make you more fit than CrossFit for life. And so I've grown up on, I grew up on CrossFit. I started doing CrossFit before it was a sport. I started doing CrossFit in 2005, like January of 2005. And I used it to to go into my training to go into, go to Buds and being a SEAL and everything like that. So I didn't think that I needed a CrossFit coach to tell me how to do CrossFit, right? Like, could have helped, maybe, I don't know. You had CJ for a while, right? Yeah, he was. That was pre 14. And that was more of like we would same where like we bounced things off of each other. I really don't even know if he was my coach. Like, he would send me programming, and I would go in there every once in a while. But yeah, it was more like, and then I'd kind of look at it and be like, I'm gonna do it this way too. Like I would make adjustments to his stuff. Because I think, 2 minds can definitely be better than one. And I had that with my workout partners and Rich and other guys, that we bounced a lot of stuff off of during those years where I was competing. So, no, I never felt left out. I never felt like I wanted to have one person just sitting there, like, telling me, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. Because I felt like CrossFit was so new anyways, right? Like, a lot of those early coaches... And I'm not putting this as a bad way, because don't get me wrong, those guys are probably pretty smart at what they do, but they got kind of lucky that good athletes walked into their CrossFit gym. And, they got light shined on them because of their athletes, where it's like, did you create those athletes, or did you just maybe give them a little bit of a regimen, right? Do
you think that you could say that about NFL teams?
NFL, probably.
Because those guys walk in there, right? Already, like,
yeah.
I mean,
those guys,
they're almost at.
I would say yes, probably more so than like high school, where you actually might get some more development from a coach, through high school. But I think those NFL coaches are probably fine tuning, right? Like they can see and speak and tell you probably little. Like that's